All right, so here is a 6 yard dash of analysis of Taft Middleton, and just kind of go over some things. This is our very first session. So now, just looking at your stance, you actually really what I want you to do a little bit more as well is you have your toe pointed out. I want a little bit more, okay? But the start that you actually do is not really that bad. The issue which you're running right now, they get a faster time, is actually your drive phase and your max velocity phase. Okay, so drive phase is basically when you start to sprint. You're losing time in your drive phase because you don't have one, and then your max velocity phase is that the mechanics are awful, which I will show you in later film. But let's go ahead and put this in slow motion, and so we can see. Then I pause it when we need to. Okay, so here we go. You actually have a great stance, and I like this front leg here. It's actually pretty good, but I want to open up that right foot right there. Just open up a little bit more. But like I said, it's not bad. Perfect stance actually. Now you do your first movement here. When I show you this, your first movement. All right, your first movement was your. Do I have a circle here? I want to get a better pen. The first movement that you did, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I will do this here. I think I got it. I think I can do this right here. Your first movement was this ankle right here, okay? Now, with that ankle right there, that's your first movement, whereas your first movement should be this foot right here that's swinging to get yourself forward, because if this foot is already turned right there, there's no need for you to go ahead and turn this foot. And we did make this correction after we ran our initial 60s. So I know you know what I'm talking about. But the first movement should be this leg swinging forward. Okay, swinging forward, and this foot should already be there, and you're actually pushing off. Okay, so just gonna get rid of all these little different lines here. All right, so continue to play. Boom. All right, so we're here. Let's see if we get a triple extension here. All right, so now we're back into our normal drive phase, which is not bad, Taft. I can tell I did work with you a little while ago, back when you was like 5 years ago probably. But there you go. All right, so that's the actual sprint position. Perfect. We have a straight line all the way down, triple extension at the ankle and the knee. Your hip is flexed, perfect. All right, now all this force, elbows at 90 degrees, perfect. Okay, pretty good, Taft. Pretty good takeoff, man. I mean, I'm really excited about that. Now, let's just see if this foot, this lead leg here, if it comes down underneath your hips or not. Okay, let's see here. See if it comes underneath your hips. Get rid of these lines again. Perfect. All right. Let's just see here. Let's just see where we at. All right. So your center of mass, Taft. Your center of mass is right here. Okay. And your toe is slightly up front, so you're actually catching all your body weight. Okay. If that foot, if your toe off was right here, underneath your hips, that would actually push you better this way. Okay, so that's something that we will look at and go over it in your drive phase, and that's something that we'll actually put together, and that way it'll help you. We'll do some more wall drills and partner pushes, and help you with your ground contact. Okay, so let's go ahead and that's the biggest thing right now that I saw, without really going in a lot of detail. But if you're making ground contact in front of yourself, remember that's a braking motion. If your ground contact is right over your chest, where your center of mass is right here, that's going to be slowing you down with each step. Okay, so our goal in drive phase is to propel ourselves forward, and we want to make sure that we are making ground contact right underneath your center of mass. Is about right here, but not that bad. I've seen a lot worse, but that is a braking action. Right? That's slowing yourself down. Okay, so let's go ahead and speed this up and go to your actual run here. Okay, all right, so let's pause this quick. Let's get rid of these lines here. All right, so like I said before, you have no drive phase. So that cone right there is actually 10 meters. But let's go back here. Alright. Alright, you have a real good start as far as getting out of that baseball start. Okay? Not bad actually. So when we fast forward here, boom, you open up. Alright, you are leaning. That's not bad, but as you see right here in your drive phase, you're pretty much standing tall already. You got your head ducked thinking that you're low, but you're not. You're actually standing straight up. And so when you're standing straight up, standing tall, that's actually your max velocity phase. So you're actually running almost a whole 60 standing up. So at the end of this race, you're gonna see your mechanics gonna fall off because you can only hold your max velocity phase for about a good 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, so let's look at this here. All right, so again, you're standing tall, and I'm going to fast forward just a little bit because I want to show you one thing towards the end. But right now you're standing up, and that's 10 meters. So you're only about a second into your run, and you're always standing up. So don't worry about that too much right now because we will go over details later. But I'm gonna just go over this and get you going up. All right, so I'm gonna put this back in slow mo, and I'm gonna show you have what's called butt kicking action. All right, also you're landing in front of yourself again as well, but what's slowing you down in your sprint, in your actual run, because you have a lot of lost time in your running gait. You hear my dog barking in the back. You have a lot of lost time in your running gait, and what we'll do to fix that, we got some speed drills that we'll go over, and that'll correct that too as well. But this ankle needs to be dorsiflex. Let's speed it up a little bit, just because I want to make this too long. All right. So you see how your heel right here is kicking your butt. Now let's get laterally here so you can see it better. But every time your heel is coming up, kicking your butt, and that's wasted motion. Okay, so what this should look like, it should look at 90 degrees right here with your ankles dorsiflexed up. All right, and what you're doing, you're bringing it up to your butt, and then it has to come back down again and come through. Whereas if you bring up 90 and come straight through and step over those knees, then you can drive straight back down again. Okay, but right now we should still be leaning at 45 degree angle. Okay, let's get rid of that again. All right, so I actually did lose you for a second, but I come back here and I'm gonna pause it so we can show you again. All right, you also have a little external rotation in your hips. So as you come down, let's go back here, if I can go back. Let's look at that right leg as we come through. All right, so you see, if I can catch it. All right, so you see as you come to the ground, your toe is almost pointing right at me. It's pointing right at me versus going straight, but it's kind of pointed out here. So that tells me is that you have movement going left to right, and when you hit the ground. So we got to work on being more vertical, more horizontal. Is that horizontal? Yeah, more horizontal down the track versus going side to side. So that's some more wasted movement as well. All right. So now back to this butt kicking action. Now speed it up a little bit more. All right. So this heel right here, that should never happen if you're sprinting at top speed. Okay. So with butt kicking, your center of mass is here, and your heel is pretty much almost on the ground, almost your full foot, but you're out in front. You're out in front of your center of mass, where this ground contact should be right underneath you right now when you're at top speed. Okay. A lot of this may not make a lot of sense, but you have a lot of braking action, okay, and that rotation. So if you see your foot, again, as you can see it, boom, your whole foot is on the ground as well. The whole foot is there. You externally, you're rotating outside, and that's just some muscle imbalances, and we'll take care of that too as well. But you had a lot of room for growth when you come to this 60-yard dash. You ran a 7.1, which is pretty good for the mechanics that you have. I'm quite honest. So that tells me that you have a lot of potential, and you can get down well below 7 with some corrected mechanics. All right, and we're just kicking our butt every time. And what happens is your renegade is so slow, and this foot should never see the sky. All right, it should see the bottom of your foot should see down this track. And the only way to actually correct this is to make sure that we had this ankle dorsiflex. All right, so this ankle should be boom. Actually, it should be way down here, but it should be flexed up. Okay, I didn't draw that right. But that's how you correct that. And it's a lot of wasted motion in your legs, and you see your butt kicking as if you're jogging. You probably do a lot of jogging. I don't know. But for sprinters, that's the death march. Okay, you're reaching out in front of your body. You're way out in front. You're just reaching, just dying. You're slowing down with each step. Okay, and that's something that we're gonna work on again. Your ground contact is right here. It's right there in front of your body. Where it should be here. Your toe should be there. Okay. All right. So that's it for right now, Taft. Biggest things here, the biggest correction that we're gonna get you down is stop you from butt kicking. Okay, and correcting and teaching you a proper drive phase. All right. So till next time, I will record our next session so that way you can see your improvements and make different videos. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Peace out.